This is stick it to it. This. Why do you get the again the get to stick it to this? Stick it to again. I keep on talking my language program. Share some other account. Stick it to it this. So I wanted to talk about some of the facets of the things in the Abrahamic religions, the Abrahamic, doesn't matter. Tick, 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 tick. Abrahamic. First of all, President Biden stuurt nog meer militairen naar Afghanistan en waarschuwt Taliban. President Biden is sending 5,000 more military personnel to Afghanistan for countering the attacks of the Taliban, from Islamic State or whatever their name is. To you guys, what is he saying? In the name of God, may God bless us. May God be on our side. Blah blah blah. What is the? That's this again. That's why words scholars get to it. Because hold on, let me check. This new. To this again, I need to find the proper. Oh, here it is. Stick it to. So to begin with Abraham. Abraham, 4 English ordinal, full reduction, single reduction, full reduction KV, full single reduction KV, English ordinal. The most common stick it to with the stick it to ciphers make for an 8. Single reduction, full reduction. Do a stick it to. So this goes clockwise, which is not Saturn, because Saturn goes counterclockwise. So this is a narrative that's being played out by the Abrahamic name, or Abraham, the name, to send energy to the mirror world. Not to do a stick it with this, because it mirrors the mirror world. So the colors, it's 3. It's 3 dimensions is being mirrored, so to say. So the book, Abraham, the name in the and the Abrahamic religions portray this they send energy towards the storm of Saturn, 666, Saturn, the hexagonal shape storm, the star of the Jews, the star of David's star. Do it against the cube of Mecca, or the Holy Cross, which is a folded out cube, 666. And this, in essence, again, makes for a new, makes for another narrative, for another timeline in the 3 dimension, the 3rd dimension. So to get to Sikati, already after ascension, going to the 5th dimension, so the colors, are we going to the 6th dimension, so the colors, yes, because all at 6 makes for 9 too, 6, 9 are the same, you're one and the same. So we're going to the 6th dimension, the 3D, the 3rd dimension mirrors. We're going to the 6th dimension. Anyways, so 8888888, Abraham, Abraham, which makes for Saturn, numerologically seen. makes for Saturn. Do it just to get the can you get to Allah for that matter to a stick the. That's the funny part about Allah and the circumcision date of the Islam was always the circumcision takes place on the seventh day. You know, the Kaaba, the Q of Mecca, they go around the Kaaba 7 times, counterclockwise 7 times. You know, so again 7 relates to life. Allah mirrors Allah perfectly. This is to be adopted worldwide. Allah is the name of God truly. God is who he says that, which we're going to refer to as to the ones that go to reach out and grab their divinity and crystallize themselves and go through ascension. They can name themselves, dub themselves gods. You know, I would well call myself a dog of war, you know, naughty dog of war, huh? Oh, stick it to that movie, the video clip of mine, Dog of War. I'm nothing more than a dog of war. I'm not a god, truly, and I am, but I don't care for the title or the name or you should call it. Stick it to it. This and the get these, so Allah, you know. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 7 layers to life, 7 chakras, 7 continents, do re mi fa sol la ti, 7 colors of the rainbow, do stick it to the get to 7 wonders of the world, 7 bodies. Be it the astral, be it the etheric body, be it the emotional body, be it whatever body, do the sentient life forms. 7. Allah truly is the just way to name or dub our God, and it's a female energy. You know, God, as you can see here. Do it this again, then this 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Stick it to it this. 8, Saturn again, you know, Saturn. Stick it to it this. Stigmata, oh, fucking the names. I'm still, what this can't do. Deciphering, so to say, you know. God, however, 8, Saturn. You know. Numerous number 8, significance of number 8, planet Saturn. Saturn is 8. 666 is 8-2, which is referred to in the Bible as being the great serpent or the great dragon. Those stick it to the get. It's the south pole of Saturn is dubbed the dragon storm by astronomy, not astrology, but astronomy. You know, the dragon storm. So the dragon story, the dragon trait, or the dragon ways of ways comes back a lot of the time. Plus the Ouroboros. Didn't get to Saturn. Matteo Taroshi Saturno holds a dragon in his hand, biting its own tail, blah 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 blah. Saturn. The 16th dragon is some sort of puzzle. Ottoman Empire, Saturn. Those things that get to Ottoman Empire is for a friend of mine, Hanafi Saichi. He truly is. He's a Turk of Turkish disposition. I truly believe he's a dragon too, you know. But Saturn is holding an Ouroboros. It's a mystery which is received required to extend imagining solution. Ouroboros and Saturn are intrinsically linked too, you know. So Ouroboros, Chronos, Dionysos, born in the city Osman, son of Snake, stick it to it this. Anyways, Cerberus. He's one by one because it holds it has one physical body. Reverse for production makes for an 8. You know, in the mirror world, it makes for a Chronos unto itself. It makes for a to the get to and that's what the Cerebrus is to refer to as the three Abrahamic religions, scholars. No, not that. But can we double? Can we link it to that? Scholars that we can. You can make the connection for yourself, because and that the three heads are not guarding the outer perimeter. They're fighting one another. That's what the Hita does eventually. The Hita goes crazy unto itself because it doesn't want to share its body. It feels to be thwarted with. Fucking leave me alone. I want to be alone now. But I'm with you all the time. We're stuck. Only feminine masculine energy can do that. It's that the truth should scholars. In essence, be together all the time, but not to an entity with three conscious bodies being in one physical body. That's not possible. Trinity to disconnect the mix of performances is a 5 flip side 6 to disconnect the 6 is 9 to whatever. I'm still deciphering, so I'm just talking out loud to get to disconnect the, but pretty sure that you're confident that so Cerberus is Israel. Do a stick at the hold on, Cerberus. Cerberus. The Jewish ordinal 666. Yes, 666, Jewish ordinal. 87465 666, which is 9 in essence. This makes for a complete energy, to dissecate the. I don't know if this ticket to Kabbalah. No, I don't know if there's an Islamic way of ciphering, but Jews and the ordained European English ways are showing that the true belongs to the Jews. Even though the Jews are far extremely small minority of the Abrahamic religions, only 0.3% or so. And whilst the Christians are for 20%, 25%, and the Islam 15 to 20% or so. So the Jews are granted Israel, in my opinion. I like to say no. It's a collective decision. It's a collective decision. We'll have to come and bow our heads over this matter collectively, but I actually believe that would be the best solution. Greater Israel to be established. Greater Israel, Aram say is just more mirrored. Oh, I gotta see this. Aram say. One 2 3 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 8 7 1 3 3 7 5. There's so many ciphers, So I'm saying. We should look up the story about that. I'm saying I'm going to talk about that now because I'm going to lose viewers. I'm sure they're going to lose viewers. See how God is valued in the Jewish ways, 7 layers to life, to dissecate the 777, the Jewish ways. But what's the funny part about the Jewish ways, they're circumcised on the 8th day, on the 8th day. Do this which God refers to in numerology, the 8th, but not in the Jewish ways of ways. El does. See, do get it. So I keep forgetting. We're not in love anymore. Oh, stick it to 7-2. Yeah, do stick it to. Not doesn't make for. Checker 3 7 this 999. No, that's but L makes for 7772. So it means 1 which is one of 7 layers to life. So it's within the bounds of the chakras, you know, 7 chakras and 7 layers to life, which is safeguarded to get with the they taint the man by circumcising on the 8th day, numerologically seen, past the 7th. Whilst the Islam circumcised on the 7th day, when does the priest and does the what the feast day is January 6th, is Jesus after birth. No more than a week after birth, no more than a week. Exactly, no more than a week. So not 8, The Jews are, they go past the 8th. God created the world in 7 days because what? 8 Saturn. Circumcised on the 7th, on the 8th day, to get the sacral chakra, the sacral chakra, that which is the phallus. The phallus is the masculine, it's the ego of man, is tainted. And thus it makes the soul impervious to karma. They cannot get karma, can they? So the scholars, no, they cannot. They cannot get karma. There's a taint. They have hacked the Abrahamic religions, but by not being able to get karma, so they can come back in their current body of consciousness in the next cycles. Always. Ouroboros, those this. I prefer through the 8th because Ouroboros goes not like this, it goes like this. It wants to go in mirror fashion, Those get to Ouroboros, Saturn, 7 layers to life. Those circumcised on the 8th day. That takes place not longer than 7 days. So within 7 days, doesn't truly matter. Baptism is not a physical thing to get to with like circumcision. It's not as but energetically it still taints you. Energetically it still taints you. Stick it to it. This the priest holy the water with his holy water, so to say, But it's tainted by Saturn again. And this puts a spell on you. Put a spell on you. 'Cause you're mine. They're gonna stop the thing they do. Watch out. I do get to whatever. Stick it to it this. I can't sing for shit anymore. I wanna close some, stick it to it this. Oh, Ouroboros, Saturn, Ouroboros. Saturn, Ouroboros. You can hardly see it, but it's a scythe. Saturn devouring his own children. The Ouroboros around the scythe. Saturn, Ouroboros. This is the right depiction of the Ouroboros, feminine and masculine. Me, the feminine side of me is Hadi, which is Emilia Clarke, which is the Ouroboros run, and I did the Ouroboros run, the masculine and the feminine, which makes up for this is in essence makes up for the 8, the Hawa and the Ho, the feminine and the masculine. Here again, Saturn with the scythe and the snake, the Ouroboros, They will stick it to the cat, Saturn, again, depicted with the Ouroboros, etc., 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 etc. Do this. So back to the term. God makes for 8, 7, 7, 7 in there. The Jewish ways of ways, L makes up for 7 too, so they safeguarded themselves and being in between the 7 layers to life, the 7 layers to life, the 7 chakras, the 7 bodies. It's all esoteric knowledge. It's all ancient knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita and ancient texts of pre-Atlantis eras, so to say, and civilizations, which was known to the Free Greek, the Macedonians, the Library of Alexandria. This kind of information was known for all to know, for everyone to know. What do they call it then? We can't do. Fuck, I forgot the name of the civilization, but Mesopotamian, de Phoenicians, ja, Phoenicians ook. Maar die bedoel ik steeds niet. Bhagavad Gita, Ancient text. India. Ayurveda, Sanskrit. Sanskrit is not this text. The Veda Samhita. Vedic, the Vedics, is what I wanted to talk about, the Vedas, Vedics. Those come from the other side of polarity, so to say, as opposed to the Abrahamic religions. The Abrahamic religions more so reside in the West, in the Middle East too, but not as much in the Asian continents. To a significant, and then on the other hand, Indonesia, India, that's quite a big group of both Christians and Islamist communities. You cannot imagine how much difference it will make if the taint of Saturn, because of the conscious bubble of those individuals that bow down, so to say, to El, to God, to Allah's good, but for for the Islamists, it doesn't make any difference because they're circumcised on the seventh day. Circumcision should not be done at all. Baptism should not be done. To stick to the cat, to stuff like that, stick to it. That's exactly how it is. Those things do not have to be done. They don't have to be done. Doe je of warm? Nee. Eten? Ja. Eten. Rook? Ja. Het rook. Wie rook? Nee. Oh, wiet. Cannabis. Cannabis, ja. Ah, oké. Zo van wie rook? De eerste, de tweede, de derde, de vierde, de vijfde, de zesde, de zevende, de achtste, de negende, de tiende dag. Whatever, I'll come back to that later. We'll co-create something new. We'll give new shine to the Abrahamic ways, if people agree with me, anyways. Adat is 999999996 is 92. 5 is 526 to get to 60. Well, 5 elements I get to the pentagram, pentacle, to get this, whatever. Jupiter 99999. 111. 9, stick it to this. Alice Kabbalah. Ox 333 888 doing this and just posting stuff to have people think of what is what. Anyways, it's the year of the metal ox, Chinese zodiac. Year of metal ox. Consciousness field. It's the year of the metal ox, It is. Also, werking, stainless steel constructions, That's what they produce. I've worked at this company for approximately 6 to maybe for about 8 years or so, not full time or anything, part time, but I've spent a lot of time in this. The smell, the scent of grinding down metal or welding or stuff like that. It's tainted in me. the metal ox, year of the metal ox. And this is the year when I turned 33. 33. Pardon my. It's just, I can't help myself. It's my throat because of my vocal cord not functioning 100% anymore. Slime gets to be stuck in my throat, So go to Bono 6666666 6669. Stick it to it. This is birth and rebirth, truly. 6 and 9 are the same, exactly the one and the same. They're mirrors of one another, Right? They can interlink. They can create the 8. They can create the 8. 9 and 6. They can do it. This can the 6. They can do it. This is 5, 6. It's the cube again, which is Saturn, which is 8. 6 and 8 are Saturn. 1 is ether. Then ether flips to 3, and 1 and 2 become fire and water. They spring to life because the whirling proto-disc, ether. It's a whirling proto-disc. A whirling proto-disc was a proto-disc. It turns into circles. A hyper-conscious unto itself, as soon as it spins, when it picks up the spin, when it spins harder and harder, press, it becomes more conscious even. More computing power is there. Then it becomes hyper-conscious, and then the sun bursts into life, and the prime elements get to be created, fire, water. Then the third is Zhao. Oh, Zhou, Zhao, Zhou, Zhou. Wind is 4, 5 is earth, 2 is Significati, but because of the taint of Saturn, for most of us, 2 is not for me anymore. It's flipped to the 5. So my pentacle is complete. I do it Significati. Oh. But for you, Aether, crystal, is flipped to 5. So it's tainted. To investigate through the cube of Saturn. The cube influences the 6-dimensional life, the life forms which crystal is, because it doesn't reside in the 3-dimensional plane of existence. It resides in the 6-dimensional plane of existence, as above, so below, within, so without, a universal soul. And what the sort of in a pocket, in a geode, amethyst, for instance, gets to be reared into life, and it grows out in front of itself, void of being constantly observed, but still mirroring itself into knowing where it can grow and how big it maximally can grow, to what length, and it just constantly observes in the physical and in the mirror dimension. 6. The cube. So 6 and 5, Earth is the cube too. 6, because the cube is the geometrically seen, the cube is Earth. It's element Earth. 6 facets to it. Only 3 you see, 3 you don't. It's a mirror world for you, the mirror world. That's why Gaia and Akasha, they share the 6 and the 5. They share it. That's where they come together as one. Stick it to this. So, stick it to 5, 6, as you go through, no, not the active shit, but when the 2 hemispheres merge, for every single one, every single one, so the 2 hemispheres merging, in between the 2 halves, not one of the 2 sides. We feel an energetic singeing sensation in one of the 2 sides, but I mean in the direct middle and center of your brain, your 2 halves, fuse together. That's when you flip from the five flips into the six, and the six flips back into the five. Earth becomes the earth truly, and crystal to its own crystallized, projected crystallized image of the hologram. But it was a hologram. In essence, it's a crystal. It's a crystal that, or it's a light source, or an etheric, to say sound light source, sound and light. That to say the sound, light, and projection, to one position, so to say. It's all around. The position is all around us, but to get to stick it D, get to stick it to this. It projects sound and light. So ether, to stick it to the kids, and I'll come to light soon enough. 6, stick it to it. It's a projection of the 3 dimensions. From where? From a conscious bubble of being. Let's stick it to it. The stick it that comes from the 7 and the 8. The 7 is to stick it get to stick it. Like I said, the Jews, which have got El and God, to it this safely to it this get the 6 satanic 6. But 7 for the Jewish ways of ways, 8 for the single word, stick it to English ways of ways for the Western, for all Caucasian aliens, scholars, you can say so. I shouldn't open all the ciphers. There are too many of them. Deze wel, die ook weg. So anyways, well, and God, 7 for the Jews, so they're safely between the 7 layers of life. They're not tainted by Saturn when the cycle ends. To get what they do. Say do they hide underground? It causes colors. When the great values comes, yes. Do stick it the God, L, what was I talking about? I forgot. The cube, the 6 areas of life. You see the 3 dimensions. You see 3 facets of the cube, but you don't see the other 3, which is it's a mirror world for you. So we're not going to the 5D, we're going to the 6th dimension, 6th dimensional plane of existence. A lot of light workers say we're going to the 5D. That's incorrect. It's like this, pop. Do it like a book, flip it open. And you don't flip it open, it's stick it, it flips like so, and it flips like, do it this, and you'll get to like so, So above and below, how 6D, 6 dimensions. 6 is 9. 3 is not 6, 3 is not 9. 3 is 3. Why? Because it looks similar. Does 3 look like a 6 or a 9? No, it does not. That's how the subconscious perceives the 6 and the 9. Hey, it looks similar, but it's just inverted. It's similar, but it's inverted. Anyway, so I believe that this more or so this projected the 3-dimensional crystal 6, like it's the value 6. I said crystal. I guess out his eyes. Or should reside, is being taken from the light, But light mirrors, light lingers in the mirror world, so it drinks, colors, Saturn to But 7 is 7 layers to life, like I said, 7 chakras, 7 donami fasolati, 7 rainbow colors, 7 whatever, seven continents, seven natural world wonders, seven man-made world wonders, seven, seven, seven. 8 is time, and below the 8 is space. 9 is light. So 9 and 6 are directly interlinked. 9, 6, 9, 6. And zo, zao, zo, to 3 mirrors itself. 2 does not. But this is not the same as similar. 6 is 9 and 9, but it means halfway. And then on the 6, 1, it truly begins aesthetically. Light has nothing to do with the co-creational process of a solar system, of sentient life form. It all begins with talk. It always begins with talk. But light thinks faster, and it thinks it comes out in front of ether because it flies off like a whoa, fucking fast, 300,000 kilometers plus minus an hour, a minute, or whatever. Whereas sound is way slower in our perceiving the reality, our reality that we perceive. But in the mirror world, it's exactly the opposite. Sound is faster in the mirror world before it moves out in front of, or the ether moves out in front of the light. Light lingers. It's all mirrored. It's all mirrored. So into Tisiket Timnivitis, Ouroboros, 666666666, 3 reverse ordinal, reverse full reduction, 3 and the Ketu, Sikati, is all the prime numbers of the numerological ways of ways, 369, it's always good, Just to get and that's the amygdala for you, or the lizard skin that we have, or the inner bones, the dragon traits that we all have, the lizard traits. We truly have a lizard within us, Oh, 6666665, satanic 5. Does have to do with zo, zao, zo. Stick to it. Does have to do with this pentagram also. Yeah, they can tap into not with the pentacle, but with the pentagram. The two top sides, the two horns are Clarsalians or Clargustans, I'm pretty sure. Is that the truth? So the scholars. The most primordial senses, smell and taste, Smell and taste. Interlinked to get to a snake has a fork in the tongue, And that's it smells, it tastes the air, So it smells the air. It's smelling but it's tasting at the same time. So it's interlinked. Horns are split forked in the tongue to this. Baphomet I think is a distraction more or so. But it does exist because I was taking him out. He was it was a natural demon. He was a natural demon. Baphomet, but I've taken him out energetically. Baphomet was it. Baphomet to Tisketi. IV type. You how Tisketi. Ja, kom maar. Ik ken this. 5 anyways. Stick it to it. This death and rebirth is what the Ouroboros stands for. So that's exactly what the construct is all about, Death and rebirth. Cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle. Why is Saturn depicted with the Ouroboros so much? So much. Stick it to it this because it's what it's all about. Wax way. We'll stick to it the other way, we'll get the other way. Let's get to this because Saturn, the storm, spins counterclockwise. And to it, this get the vortices, folks. Look on the Planck scale of physical matter. Zoom in to the Planck scale to the deepest, the furthest you can zoom into physical matter, you'll see vortices. And vortices are consciousness. Saturn, the vortex, is conscious. Not the dragon storm at the southern pole. Well, it's not now. It is the electrical storm, and the fact that I've come to reach out and grab the southern pole as claim it, not just me, but partially me, for myself, myself, and I, the human race, I would say. I'm really nothing else out of reason, you know. My favorite beverage, Coca-Cola, pop soda, soda, or I don't drink as much water as I during the crystallization process, folks. Really, so drink crystallized or purified water. Buy yourself a water purifier, or make sure that your water is purified. Or get yourself, if you live up in the mountains, and get yourself some clear ice water, to see melted ice water. Stick it to a desiccant. Don't go for tap water. You know. Too many artificially acidic spores are still. They take out the viruses, they take out the bacteria, but they don't take out the microspores of pharmaceutical junk that is still in the water supply. You know, and it's towards your energetic signature. You need to go to the element, to water. Because 1, 2, and 3, that's essence, ether, water, fire, all three are one and the same. You can all go to one of the three spots. Water can be there, or water can fire, ether can be there, but those three are essential. In our ways of perceiving life and time, because that's the prime elements of Gaia. Maybe some other planet, Earth and wind are the prime elements. I don't know, you know. Life can be so, you cannot even imagine. Everything is possible, folks. Everything is possible, you know. You cannot even begin to fathom how many different sorts of life forms there will be in the cosmos. Benevolent ones and malevolent ones. Some of them will have to face that are just monstrous or unknown to us. And what the fuck are we deserve to deal with this? I don't have a clue. We don't have a clue. We have to investigate this. And then you become to learn. You can widen your gaze, your mind's eye even further than you already did, and you didn't even believe that you would see something spectacular and new as this. Everything is possible, folks. Everything. That's how the life works. It can go everywhere. 360 degrees. What do this guy want to go there and there? Whatever, you know. Then do whatever the flying fucking wants. That's how life works. Like, for instance, the Burning Crusade of World of Warcraft, the game, Outland, the shattered, the goddess sticking to it just to get the shattered landmass. And this is what, you know, what planet Earth is, the colors. Was it taint was it being portrayed as were they aware of this? But in essence, what planet Earth is, you know, it's a shattered continents drifting way away from one another, not connected, not tethered. If you go to live in the Americas, you come from Europe, you live there for a long duration of time, or you stay there to become a settler, like in the 1700s or so. You know, you need to tether yourself elementally to the element Earth again, because those two land masses are not constantly aware of one another. That's a disconnected severedness, the severed bond of element Earth, because of Saturn. Saturn. 6 numeraler, kubus. 6 numeraler. Doe het sketty. Get to sketty. 6 the cube. Link that sync. So Ouroboros is 6 or 9. Do a second to get to a second. It doesn't make any difference. Stick it to it. The second most probably is 9 and 6 in the mirror world. You know. but it mirrors, and this they can do it. This is cycle. They do it. This to get the let's take it to it. In essence, that's this. This is one of the neighbors. This goes back, spins backwards. You see there, let's stick it to it. The Star of Saturn does it counterclockwise spin to it. Stick it is mirroring every single move we make. That's how it registers our karmic depths. It registers our karmic depths. It registers our position in time and space of the Saturn construct, the artificially tainted artificial construct, the crystal projection of the Sikket to this, of the ether and the sun and the light of the construct, the demiurge and the other both, or Sikket to Saturn and the demiurge, yeah, the light from the sun, where the demiurge resides, to this, and Saturn, where Saturn resides. Hawa and Ho of one another, but artificially acidic. Both of them. The demiurge truly is not light, because light is not truly light. Light is being mirrored. Light lingers like I said, light lingers in the mirror world. So it's not truly light. When it becomes holy light, in the 60, when it, like so, this is what I mean. This is 60. All around. Oh, sir, let's take it to this. And you have high light, pure light, holy light. Goes like that, And ether comes really exciting. Really exciting about it, because ether is going to become really light too, holy light too. It's to get to this. You can conjure, you can do this, you can materialize objects with light too. But with ether far more simply, far more basic. You can do this easily, and do it to get the do it to get the this. We're gonna go into that now. To get to sound based and light based, anyways. Two exact opposites. Because ether will always go with the speed of sound. Always. In the mirror world or in our physical reality, the ether always moves at the speed of sound. Not faster than that, so it causes colors. The mirror world causes colors. No, also the speed of sound. But light lingers in the mirror world, and light seems to be faster in our physical reality, but it's not. Not truly. It's thwarted. Light bends, Light doesn't have a straight trajectory. One photon does this. Right. Light is I need to go there. I'm here now. I'm here. I'm on my way to there, and that's where I need to be. Straight. It's going straight. Constant unto itself during the moving of the point of origin where it comes from, like Asgard with Heimdall that beams Thor and its crew to a planet, to Niflheim, for instance, with a beam of light, just like that. Portals can be done. Truly so, can be done. But first, you need to have Adam say. Adam say. But I'm not going to talk about Adam say, because then people are going to tune out. Should I say? Should I go? I'm not going to talk about Adam say. No. Do it this. Adam say. Adam say. You can't do it this. Pardon my French. Pardon my. Stick it to. Some people say they're French and English. Very similar languages. They're easy to I don't find it to be so. No, I don't. Poisson, poison. Poison is a fish. No, I don't know. Liberté, fraternité, égalité. I want to learn French with Emilia when I study together. Once upon a time. Maybe the other three friends too. But I found out so in the mind's eye orchestrated or did we do a stick it because it's vital for some reason, is it not? To the scholars, yes. Je laat het moeten dada, 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 I love the language, but I just can't do a stick it, understand it, I can't digest it, I can't focus on it because it thwarts me in the mind's eye. I need to focus on English and Netherlands. Netherlands, not Dutch, Deutsch, Dutch, Deutsch, Dutch, Deutsch, Dutch. Is it this one or was it that one? This one or that one? Dutch to Dutch, 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 Dutch. Sigaar! Which one was it? Was it an alien or was it one with the dark mustache and not truly Aryan, not truly Aryan, more of a German, so to say. No, stick it to it. It's more away from the blonde, truly the British Isles and the coastal shores of the Netherlands and Belgium, for instance. Belgium, it's sticking to it as very habit, you know, the Netherlands language, and the French language intertwined in that country. So I need to learn it, but I'm gonna. It's gonna take me a couple of years, maybe a couple of decades, maybe a few millennia. I don't know. No. A couple of years, a couple of decades. It's one of the first things I need to learn. Yeah, it's one of the first things I need to learn. French, the French language. Stick it to it. This. Parapluie, trottoir. Oh la Circle of Zeal. I love the name. I had the group name beforehand, but that account got deleted, and I think the group got deleted too. It's being inactive, where I don't know exactly what, but Circle of Zeal. A circle, not a square or a fucking cube, a circle. You know? I'll do 666. You know? Because it makes 48. This is just one. But it's never one. Look at this. Look at my beautiful Twitter saying it takes two for once, eight's one. To leave out the 8, you know. This is just the the depiction of how it takes two for once one. For once one. It takes two for once one. It always mirrors. Always mirrors. Always mirrors. How it is, I gotta smell through it. I said that, and it always mirrors. So the Ouroboros is not alone. Ouroboros, Ouroboros, Ouroboras, ass. I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, Emilia Clarke. Do a stick at thee. You may fuck me in the ass too with a strap on. I don't give a flying fuck, but I'm gonna fuck you in the ass. And I'm gonna talk French to you, on a French dirty way. My big relatives to get to it. I don't know how to say any dirty words in French, but spit on it. Whatever kinky stick it to. I'm just a man, you know, a caveman, so to say. Well, I don't know if cavemen were kinky, but I have respect for women nonetheless. I think there was stick at the ass. My previous girlfriends, my exes, they will say, it was true. Maybe, a gentleman. I truly had bad traits of a gentleman, you know. And not wearing a suit all the time. I truly was a fan of suits. Or blouses or whatever, more of a jeans and whatever. Stick it to it. I'm drifting off, and then maybe not because I'm always doing the stick it at 55 minutes. Should I stop at the 55? Should I go scholars? No, I need to say something still. Should I go scholars? do it just to get your knots out. If you get a knot in your cordage, I don't have to do that anymore. Sometimes you get like 3 or 4 knots in it, and as long as the pendulum should be, I can sway it as I want it to sway. But I can have a knot in it. But if you have a knot in it, take it out. Always take it out until you've crystallized yourself. Because everything is a projection of your subconscious and your conscious self, your Hawaii, your whole 2 hemispheres. I had a burning sensation when I took out the knot at Jerry Moonto's place. Burning sensation after 45 minutes of trying to take out the knot. Burning sensation when I went to abs. That's for me the physical reality, truly tethered and bound to the mind, to the brain. How many liters of air can I breathe? I don't know. I can't stay in the water for that long. Not anymore, anyways. I never was a fan of staying on the water too long. But if you must, then you can stay on the water for 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes or so. Sick. If you're in a life death situation. Sicker. When time runs out, stick it to it just to get the time where it's thin, so to say. You end up in water, not fire as much. Fire too, yeah, time starts to slow down. Time starts to slow down. Water, fire, those elements. Wind, not so much. Not for Earth either, just yet. That will change after ascension. But this to you, how it is, I've explained to you about the Saturn taint, the 666, the 8, the Ouroboros, the rinse and repeating of the construct. Always they were with the Pisces, Aquarius, do it to get the Aquarius inside. But do it this. What a joke is this? I couldn't find about a year ago, so. Aquarius, air. Where the flying fuck come do this? Species, water, exactly. Fish come from water. Cold and wet. Aquarius, air, hot and wet. I'll do a stick it to you. Wet. How wet's gonna get? Pretty damn wet. Okay. Stick it to this. Is it women or is it men? Do it to get I don't know. Aquarius is supposedly being a man, but I don't really know because maybe it's in transitioning. Maybe it's transitioning, 8 nu melding het. So that is. Go through transition to become a gusty. Thoughts to mind's eye. In the energy, water should never follow up on another. That sign is not good. We're going to Ophiuchus. That's me. Well, I'm one of the envoys. I'm one of the Ophiuchuses. Is that the truth? Should have gone scholars. There are more. Should have gone scholars. Exactly. So I'm proud of myself, I've just get to this. I've deciphered a lot. I've cracked a lot of the code of the elite. I'm not entirely there yet, but I think it's obvious now that the Abrahamic religions truly are a threat to mankind. I'm not talking about the Hindu ways of ways, or I'm not talking about the Sikh ways of ways either. It truly has to do with Saturn and with the Abrahamic religions. Those need to change, and the Abrahamic religions have been poured out of all across the planet. Entirely the Netherlands is untainted by Saturn. Is that the truth? Scholars, except for Friesland. Scholars, because they talk another language there. But because of me, because I speak the Netherlands language, and do this. Just the boundaries, the element Earth. There's the ether. Always talks. The ether always knows. Ether the consciousness. Talk. It binds the stretch of space of element Earth. I'm going to have to stick it to this. Should I stop it? Should I go scholars? Yes, I'll have it done less than 60 seconds, 60 minutes. I wish you a nice Sunday too. Yes, a beautiful Sunday. Go, zo, zonne. Ik heb even kijken dan.